on Nyberg, we're going to talk about socks, Noble Stitch socks. The entrepreneur is Andrew Aprecht. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You're all of 18, perhaps?
17.
17. Wow. All right. Let's talk about socks. When did you have the first idea to start a business? I'm guessing it's before socks.
Yeah.
So what was the first business, and how old were you?
So I mean, I've always wanted to start a business. I'm not sure if it was a specific idea, but I guess this idea came from a friend. I was talking about all these different growing trends, especially on the West Coast, of people wearing crazy socks, crazy patterns. It could be cheeseburgers on their feet, anything. And so I took a notepad and I just wrote down ideas. It didn't even have to be with socks. I just wrote down ideas, anything. And I wanted to do something on crowdfunding, but there had been like a recent ban on crowdfunding, equity crowdfunding, so I scratched that idea. And I moved to crowdsourcing. And I basically just wrote down idea after idea, target market after target market, and pieced together fashion. Socks is an easy way to get into the fashion industry, and crowdsourcing. And so I merged those two growing trends and created Noble Stitch.
Are.
Yeah.
You started with Kickstarter.
Hey there, my name is Andrew Aprecht, and I'm the founder of Noble Stitch. We set out to make Noble Stitch a very different sock company. Men's socks are no longer just a commodity or basic need. They're a fashion piece, a statement. The challenge for sock companies is to keep their designs current. We thought, what better way to get close to our customers than to include them in the design process? That's the power of crowdsourcing. Designers from around the world can submit their creative designs, and anyone can vote for their favorites on our website. This helps us stay close to our customers, identify emerging trends, and provide kick-ass socks to everyone. And the winning artists get paid for their amazing work. We love promoting artists, but we also love making a great sock. What also makes us different is that Noble Stitch socks are made with bamboo fiber at an extremely high thread count. Bamboo is ultra soft, softer than the softest cotton. It fits the foot without rubbing and is naturally odor resistant. You can't find a more comfortable sock. It's also good for the environment. As one of the fastest growing plants in the world, bamboo is a renewable resource, produces a lot of oxygen, and consumes an incredible amount of greenhouse gases. Noble Stitch has already produced the initial sock collection. Now we are ready to launch the website and open the design process to the global community. We need your help to support these artists and make their designs a reality. The money raised on Kickstarter will go to the production cost of our first design round. Join us and yours will be some of the first feet to make a statement in Noble Stitch socks. What are your colors?
How much seed money did you start with? Did you have any money at all to start this company?
So the initial money came from friends and family. It's kind of like an interest-free loan.
What did you do, go door to door?
Yeah, pretty much. Emailed a lot of people. And then the Kickstarter raised $15,000.
In how long a time?
It was a month-long period.
You raised $15,000 in 1 month.
Yes.
For socks.
Yep.
Pay attention to this. This makes sense. So you get 15 grand, and then what do?
I used it for manufacturing. I also so my biggest cost making this business was my website cost, because the website has to support crowdfunding. It's basically a social network online, and so it has to be very secure. You have to be able to vote on designs, and that's an incredibly, incredibly complex process. And so some of that money went into paying for that, and I mean just manufacturing in general.
NobleStitch.com, we should say.
Yes.
Where did you come up with the name?
So it actually started as Indigo Socks, and I filed for a trademark for that, and it got shut down because there's an indigo mountainwear somewhere that happens to make socks. And so I sat around a big table with some of my best friends, and we put sticky notes of just all different words that could go with my logo. And so one of them happened to be Noble, one of them happened to be Stitch, and one of my friends put them together. We liked it, and so called it Noble Stitch, and I got the trademark now. So.
Now, every time you buy one of these socks, I'm going to pick them up, they are really, really colorful. You've got different heel, different toes. They come in a bag like this, and you said you just redesigned this.
Yeah.
So it says Noble Stitch. So a pair of socks comes in this with your logo, with a coupon, which I think is very exciting because people love that, and some stickers. Who did the logo, and why are the two colors involved?
So Chris Walsh, who lives in Madison, a lot of the people that helped me out with
Madison,
this,
Connecticut, we should say,
Madison,
which is where
Connecticut.
you're from.
Yes. So I utilize a lot of local people, and he's one of them. And I think we sat down together and we pieced together a whole bunch of different parts of logos and came up with actually 6 logos that we both really liked and narrowed it down logo after logo. The colors aren't very specific. Originally it was indigo socks, so the indigo blue, but that logo has actually won a Global Design Award for. Yeah.
At 17 you've already won a Global Design Award. Let me just pick this up so we can get this. So this 2 socks with a crown,
yeah.
Noble. Royalty? Were you thinking royalty with that?
Maybe. I don't know.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. How many pairs of socks have you? We should say you launched this in June of 2015.
Yeah.
So it's a little over a year. Mm-hmm. How many socks have you sold so far?
Over a couple thousand.
Couple thousand.
Yeah.
You have one bricks and mortar store that's carrying these?
A few.
A few.
Yeah.
Do you remember where they are?
Yeah. There's Kansas City. There's one in Texas. And
Khaki and Black in
Khaki
Madison.
and Black in Madison, which is my favorite one. But.
There you go. So we should say that these are very soft. Mm-hmm. They're made of bamboo.
Yeah.
How did you know how to make socks out of bamboo?
Yeah. So
a lot of research?
A lot of research. Yeah. Market research. I found that there's a whole bunch of specialty fibers that you can make socks out of, and I wanted something that would really make my company unique. Most of the socks that men wear and women are made from cotton, and I chose to use bamboo fiber because it's eco-friendly primarily, and it's a lot more comfortable than cotton, but it's eco-friendly because it doesn't require dangerous pesticides to grow. It's quickly renewable, and yeah, there's also a couple weird things that go along with bamboo, like it's naturally odor resistant, naturally antifungal, which I didn't even know until after I had started it. Yeah.
So all of these designs were crowdsourced. Mm-hmm. All of these?
Well, so these ones were, I partnered with a couple college students who designed them. These ones were the first 2 that actually demonstrated that the crowdsourcing model works.
Which they went on your website, noblestitch.com,
yep.
and you picked these, oh, this has got purple under here. You picked these 2, so these are the first 2 that have been crowdsourced.
Yeah.
You also changed the chemistry of the sock a little bit.
Yes.
Explain that.
So originally these 6 socks were all made completely from bamboo, except for like the elastic and a couple other things. But from cuff to toe, it was bamboo. These ones still have the same unique bamboo fiber feel, but they're a little bit more durable. I did a cotton bamboo fiber blend in the toe and heel, and they're actually really battle tested. I give them to my friends to play soccer in, and they hold up, and so it's a big improvement, I think.
Are you going to continue on with crowdsourcing and get more designs?
Yes.
And who votes on what wins?
Anyone can vote. So anyone can design and anyone can vote. So anyone can go download a design template. It's really simple. Use Photoshop, like Illustrator, anything on your computer, and you input your design, upload it to the website, and then once the voting opens on the website, anyone can just click a button and vote.
Now, I asked you, of course, right away, are you going to make women's socks?
Yeah.
Because so far you're doing great with the guys' socks.
Yeah.
Is there a market for women's socks that look like this?
There is, but I started with men's because it also came with a little bit of market research that 80% of guys wear socks every day to their jobs, but that's only like 20% women.
How are you so smart? Are your folks in economics at all?
My dad does business. My mom's a doctor.
Okay. What do they think about this?
They love it. They thought I was kind of crazy when I had the idea to start a sock company, but I mean, they've embraced it.
Are other of your friends entrepreneurs?
No.
So you're in this alone.
Yeah.
Now we've established that you're only 17 years old. Yeah. You said you want to go to business school and college, which I think is a great idea. Where do you think this company's going to go, or don't you know?
I think that it'll expand into other lines of clothing. Definitely women's socks first before other lines of clothing, but I'm already starting to think of other ways that I could implement the crowdsourcing model to apply to either it's like boxers. I know that's a huge thing for teenage boys who love to like show off with those. And it could be really implemented in a lot of ways.
So I see multiple businesses coming from you, I think, Andrew. You've hit on something that your generation does. In my generation, it was sort of impolite to ask for money. In your generation, with Kickstarter and Indiegogo, you've got an idea, you get somebody to sign on, and they just give you money.
Yeah.
What do you give them in return after they gave you money?
Yeah, so I was offering socks at a very discounted level, so people could buy 2 for $15 instead of 2 for $30. And it was just discounted socks.
Do you lie awake at night and think of business ideas? Because it seems like you really have it all together already.
I mean, sometimes things just come to me. I wake up and just jot something on my
write
phone,
them
and
down.
then exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I'm always thinking of stuff, and I find myself forgetting a lot, so I write everything down.
Well, I wish you so much luck. These are just awesome, and come back when you have a big empire and remember us. Andrew Eprecht, thank you so much for being on NobleStitch.com.
When one this in, who is this girl I spend all night kissing? And if one was right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked if I'm a wishing to find the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Things keep locked in the grocery store of my mind. Just to save time, I'll skip right ahead to the last ride. The harder we look, the less